Hello, and welcome to the second video in the second sequence in our tutorial. Today, we'll be covering how to create an activity on the system, how to manage and edit this activity, how to add clients to this activity, and buy them memberships. We'll go ahead and start by going to the left-hand side menu, choosing Activities. We'll be faced with this view right here. The components to keep in mind are this changes the view, so we can go from week to day view. This will take us to the current week that we are currently in. This will allow us to move forward and backwards in time. This will help us move into a specific date. We can see the date changing here whenever we use any of these functionalities. And finally, this button will clear out the schedule for the selected period, which is usually the week. So as soon as I press this week, it will take me back to this exact week that we're in right now. I can search for activities in case I have a very long list of activities, but this might not be a necessary feature. To add an activity or a class, I'll go to Schedule Management. We can see that the look here is a bit simpler. We have two main items that we can look at right here. First is Add. This is how we add groups of activities, which we will see in a bit. And this is where I can enable or disable the appearance of past schedules. Past schedules are any schedules that have elapsed in time. So the end date of an activity, as we will see how we set that up in a bit, will dictate whether it is in the past or whether it's still ongoing. To add an activity, I'll go ahead and press Add. I'll choose an image that relates to the activity itself. I can start by filling in the title, a description, and then I'll move on to fill in the category. For the category, it's a drop-down menu, so I need to choose from the items that are here. So I can scroll all the way to yoga, or I can start typing yoga and it filters it out. I press on yoga and there we go. I need to choose who is basically the instructor for this class. For this purpose, we only have one instructor. I'll press on their name and they'll be attached to this activity. Next, I'll need to choose where is this activity happening. I'm going to choose the main shala for now. If this is an outdoor activity, you can press outdoor and you can search for the location. Next, I'm going to choose the event date. So the idea here is that we're choosing when the first occurrence of the event is taking place. So when is the first class going to take place? Let's say that I'm starting to give this class on the 1st of December. So I'll press on Tuesday, 1st of December. I'll choose the timing. So let's choose this from 8 p.m. And then I'll choose the duration. Let's put 90. If I'm going to be giving this class more than once a week, I'll add all occurrences within 1 week period. So I'll click on Add. Let's say the second time is going to be on Thursdays at 6 a.m. Duration is 75 minutes. And then I can choose how many repetitions this activity is going to occur for. Now, if this is a one-time event, I don't need to create any repetition for it. However, if this is a repeating event, I'll go for repeat weekly. So I'm repeating this schedule weekly on Tuesday and Thursday. So every Tuesday and every Thursday, this activity will be repeated on the system. I can either choose the end date of repetition or the number of occurrences. I can't really choose both. However, for this purpose, I'm going to choose end date of repetition. And let's say that I want to change my schedule at the end of March. So I'll have it fixed from now till the end of March, after which I can either extend or just create a new schedule altogether. Next is choosing the age range. I need to tell the system what is the age range that is appropriate for this activity. And let's say that I don't want anyone under 15 years old to join, and I don't want anyone above 75 years old to join. So I limit it between 15 and 75 years old. The level of the activity will show your clients what level is this activity, so they can better know whether it's within their level or not. And let's just put open level for this one. Number of slots available will dictate how many people can register for this class before any future registrations would be placed on a waiting list. Let's say that I can accommodate up to 15 people here. Finally, I'll choose which packages can be used to enter this activity. So I'll choose 5 classes and unlimited. I can see that for 5 classes, I have a quantity section that I don't have for unlimited, which would make sense because for unlimited passes, it's unlimited, it's open. However, the quantity can be changed for it to accommodate any kind of pricing you would like. For example, if this is a regular class, the quantity might be 1. However, if I'm giving a workshop, which is more expensive, if anyone wants to use their 5 class membership, you need to deduct 2 passes, so this would be changed to 2. Normally, it would be at 1. The cancellation policy can be overridden in case there's a need for that. And then I'll save. When I go to schedule management, I'm going to see that I have a group of activities called Hatha Yoga that has 2 schedules. I can add a schedule, which means I can add an occurrence. I can see that everything is already filled out except for the event date. I'm assuming that now I want to add a class on Saturday. Instead of having to repeat the process from the beginning, I'm just choosing the date and the repetition. So I'll go weekly, and the repetition is going to be 31 March as well. Everything else is already filled out, so I'll just click save. And now I can see I have 3 schedules. I can see when do they start, when do they end, what kind of repetition occurs. I can edit the packages that are applicable to each specific activity, as well as editing the packages that are applicable for the entire group. I can extend a schedule. So let's say that I want to keep this one going until end of April. So I can go from last event date all the way through the end of April, and I'll click OK. And now I can see that this one ends April 30th, whereas these 2 end March 31st. Moving back to classes, I can see that there's no schedule here. I'll have to move to the first week of December to start seeing my schedule. I can see all 3 Hatha Yoga classes. From here, I can edit the activity. If, let's say, for today only, I'm changing it to the therapy room. It will ask me, do you want to apply this change for all upcoming activities or only for this time? I'll say this time only. So future occurrences, if I go to next Tuesday, it's still in the main shala. And this can be used to change instructors for one time, to change the number of attendees for one time, any aspect, maybe even change the timing or the name of the activity for a one time, or for any future occurrence. I can duplicate this activity, share this activity, and delete this activity. And when I go ahead to try to delete this activity, it's also going to ask me if I want to do it for just this time or cancel all future upcoming activities that are happening on Tuesday. So if I say cancel all, it will cancel all Tuesday Hatha Yoga classes only, keeping Thursday and Saturday. Now, once I press on the activity itself, I'll go into the activity, and I have a lot of functionalities here. I can move forward and backwards in time. This will be moving me forward in Tuesdays and back in Tuesdays. I can edit this activity just like I showed you earlier. I can create an email to be sent to all attendees. I can create and send Zoom meeting information by just putting in the link, the meeting ID, and the password, and this will send out a pre-written email with these information. When I press on the class attendee emails, I'll be able to write my own email, which gives me a bit more flexibility in terms of what I want to communicate with attendees in this class. I can export to Excel the list of attendees, and I can edit what columns are showing. To add an attendee, I'll come to this section right here. I can create a new client that will be automatically added to the class, or I can add someone that's already been added to the class. As soon as I write the first 3 letters, I can see that their name already appears. Once I click on them, I can see that this person does not have a valid membership, and so they owe me 1 session. To add a membership, I'll click on Membership, Buy Membership, and the only memberships I can see are the ones that are applicable to this activity. I'll choose 5 class pass. I can apply a discount if I want to, or I can change the net price, and the discount will automatically be calculated. Then I'm going to choose how this person is going to pay. Let's say that this person is going to pay partly in cash, $40 in cash. They're going to pay partly in another currency, 20,000 in LBP, and then the rest they're going to keep on account to pay out at a later stage. I'll press confirm. The membership will be allocated. I can see the balance here, and I can see the number of passes that are remaining with the expiry of the membership. Once I add all of the attendees, I can also take attendance. By clicking here, I can choose what their attendance was. I can even use the bulk attendance if I have multiple people. This will save me a bit of time. If this person would like to invite a guest and they have passes, I can press on this button here and choose the number of guests. It will automatically deduct from the remaining passes. So now I have 3 instead of 4 because it's Abudi plus 1 person. Thank you for tuning in. This was an introduction on how to create classes, how to add attendees to classes, how to buy them a membership, and how to understand what is being displayed in front of you. In our next video, we'll be discussing how to create private sessions for your clients that looks slightly different than the process we just discussed here today. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you soon.